So, you know, something that I've been doing for basically a year straight is eating 7 Ajwa dates every day, right? For the past like year, pretty much. And usually, I'll have like 7 of these every day. And depending on like today is a rest day, so I'm gonna have like 7 of them in one go. But normally, what I'll do is I'll have like 3 before training, like before MMA training, and then 4 after I'm done training, right? And then after that, I'll actually go and hit the gym. But some of the benefits I've honestly noticed with this is that, like, you don't really need to eat too many like fruit-based carbs. Really, when this is all you honestly pretty much need, and it's a very clean source of carbs too, right? Because where I get these Ajwa dates from, it's not from the U.S., right? And these other countries don't spray their stuff with glyphosate and other harmful pesticides. And it's like, even like so-called organic fruits, it's like they're still sprayed. Granted, it's not like glyphosate, but they're still sprayed with some stuff that's like very, still kind of bad for you. So that's why I've kind of like pretty much eliminated most fruits from my diet. Not because it's that those fruits are bad, but because, like, the chemicals that they've been spraying on them is bad. Those chemical processes are bad, and therefore that's why I've chosen these, because these are not sprayed with any chemicals, right? And that's the main reason why I've stuck to this, because at the end of the day, what's the point of eating something healthy if it's just sprayed with toxic chemicals, right? So that's why I've stuck to this, right? That's why I eat these Ajwa dates, right? 7 of them every day. And sometimes I'll occasionally eat some other fruits depending on where it's ideally sourced from. But this is honestly, if you eat just this, these are all like the fruit-based carbs that you really need, right? I mean, I do eat other types of carbs, like for example, I do eat rice, so which is technically a carb, but that's a slow digesting carb that I eat after training, after like I'm done with MMA training and working out, right? But right now I like just finished lunch. Since today's a rest day, I'm gonna be eating 7 of these Ajwa dates today, right? Inshallah, right? And honestly, these taste really good, right? The Ajwa dates are also a lot smaller, but they're a lot more compact with nutrition. That's also another great thing about these. You can do a lot of great stuff with this. I've made another video where you can take these 7 dates, put them in water, and make nabis, where you just let it ferment for a day or two maximum. Maximum is 2 days, nothing beyond that. After 2 days, it becomes more harmful for you, right? So 2 days, you let it ferment, depending on how you like it. Some people like 1 day. If you don't like the overly fermented taste, then 1 day is better. So yeah, as I was saying, these 7 dates, that's like pretty much all the fruit-based carbs that you need, honestly. Like, you don't really need to eat any more other fruits. You can if you want to, but I found that it tends to be a little bit more overly excessive, like if you're already eating rice, like for example, right, and you're eating like meats and other stuff as well, like this is all you really need. And like I use this as like an energy fuel source more so than anything, right? For example, I'll use this as like an energy, like, because this has the glycogen in it, right? So to replenish your glycogen, you need this, right? So basically, carbs give you energy, right? As everyone knows, right? You can also add raw honey, but I add that in my coffee specifically. So yeah, that's like pretty much what I do. Like when I drink coffee in the morning, that's what I do. Is I'll add raw honey, and then I'll eat like 3 of these, and I'll eat 4 after training. So yeah, pretty much that's all I need. But honestly, one of the longer term benefits that I noticed with this is that I became less and less reliant on like fruit-based carbs. A lot of people will eat like way too much fruit. Once again, nothing wrong with that, but personally, I think that the fruit sourcing in America is just very questionable. And like, even if it's so-called organic, I would probably just avoid it. I just like fruits and vegetables in general, right? Again, there are exceptions to the rule, but unless you get it from like a farmer that you know specifically doesn't spray his stuff with any pesticides, then sure. Or you get it from some like local person, yeah. But like most people, unfortunately, might not have access to that. So if you want something that's like a very clean source, Ajwa dates. These Ajwa dates specifically are from Saudi Arabia, where this is like a pound right here. I mean, I've ate most of it, right? I've been eating. I personally just buy it from someone that I know. He gives me like a full box, a case, I believe of like 12 or 18 pack. And yeah, I've been just getting that every time because it's like, when you have that, that's like all you need. Now you can eat more than 7 if you want to, like if you just want like that extra carb fueling source, you can. I'm not saying you can't, but I feel like 7 is just, it's like honestly more than enough. But you don't need any more than that. I mean, one of the greatest benefits I've noticed when I've been taking this, energy replenishment is what I've noticed. Like it's like, yeah, like I said, man, especially long term when you start doing it, we realize the really good benefits of this, right? And it's also, look, it's just a small fruit, right? Like literally, look at this, right? You bite down like half of it, you can eat half of that. And there's like a small seed in the middle. Now you can take out the seed. And that's enough. And what's interesting about these seeds, if you do roast them in the oven, you cook them for like a little bit. Well, obviously, there's like a whole process to it, a little bit of a process, not like a crazy process. But then you can grind these up. You need a really good grinder if you are going to use this, because these tend to be pretty hard to grind. But you can make caffeine-free coffee from this, right? And I've made that. I've had it. It's pretty decent, actually, right? But yeah, I mean, man, this stuff, also, this tastes amazing. If you're a really big fan of dates, you will love this. And even if you don't like dates, the amount is so small that it's like, it's like good. It's like, you can basically go through it. Since today is a rest day, even on my rest days, you can eat this in one go. 7 Ajwa dates. On my training days, I do like to split it up 3 and 4, like I said, right? You can also split it up with like 2, and then 3 for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Like if you want to do it like that, you can split up the 7, like depending on how you want to do it. But man, it tastes amazing. Now I know some people, like for example, I know this one guy, he takes the Ajwa dates, he dips them in like tahini, like, I don't know if you want to call it tahini sauce, but like yeah, it's pretty much a sauce, I guess, and he dips it and it tastes really good with that as well, right? But I believe he does that with like the regular dates. These are specifically Ajwa dates, and I highly recommend these. I guarantee you, people are going to start talking about like how this is like a superfood, like in the future, and like how you need to start date maxing. And Ajwa, like they're going to be mentioning this type of date specifically. Personally, I've always liked these dates a lot. Now again, if you don't have Ajwa dates and you just have like regular dates, it still works. It's just the quantity is a little bit more because those dates do tend to be bigger. So do keep that in mind. if you are gonna do the 7 dates thing every day, right? Because I have done it with like the other dates before I started with the Ajwa Dates, and it was just, I mean, honestly, it wasn't even that much, but like for some people, I could see it would be a lot. For me, since I'm a very active person, not really. Right, if you're an inactive person, this is the way to go. But even if you are an active person, this is still the way to go. This is amazing right now. In my opinion, this and like pomegranates probably are one of the best like fruits in the world, honestly. Like if you can get, the problem is like some pomegranates do tend to be sprayed, especially here in the US. I swear, the US is like the worst place to get like food from. Like honestly, can't get anything here, right? Without like some kind of conglomerate trying to like make some extra profit to screw you over, right? Worst part is they can get away with it, right? But we're not here to complain. We're here to adapt and overcome all these meaningless, things that they be doing. Point is though, when you read these Ajwa Dates for like a year, like I have, one thing I've noticed is that my energy levels are a lot better. Like even if I wasn't to eat this today, like let's say I forgot to eat it, I don't think it would honestly matter. Like it's not like it's like a drastic difference. But if I did stop doing it for like maybe like a week or two, then I would probably notice a difference between my energy levels. So like this does tend to last for a while, right? Amazing stuff right here. But yeah, if you found this video helpful and useful, click that follow button, that subscribe button, how to like this video. And if you want any more detailed help from me, you can always join my program, Biohacking for MMA. Wait, it's in the link below. And until next time, man. See you.